Welcome to Eivindfx and a professional trader reacting to...
As of right now, I think Forex day trading is borderline gambling and one of the craziest spaces on the internet, infested with so many scams, multi-level marketing pyramid schemes, fake flexers imposing unrealistic standards, and just overall shady activities.
So let me introduce myself. My name is Eivind. I've been trading Forex for 7 years. I day trade, swing trade, and position trade. I use price action, support resistance, trends, and I use pivot points. It might be life-changing. But what is the best part about trading right now is that we have gone from the buy price to target on the EURUSD. So
As of right now, I think Forex day trading is borderline gambling and one of the craziest spaces on the internet, infested with so many scams, multi-level marketing pyramid schemes, fake flexers imposing unrealistic standards, and just overall
I haven't seen a Lamborghini on my channel for a very long time.
shady activities.
Oh, that's greasy. Yeah, that's greasy.
However, I'm not an expert. I realize I very well may just be uninformed and may...
Uninformed? That's totally okay. We need to start somewhere, but get knowledge. Whatever you do, start with knowledge. Start with knowledge.
With a little more knowledge, I could see why everyone online makes Forex seem like the opportunity of a lifetime.
Hey bro, you heard of Forex, bro?
And I'm not over-exaggerating. There is a strong Forex community out there that swears by it.
And we are strong!
So who's right? Only one way to find out.
Are you dumb? Why you think it's a scam? People are making 6 figures a day.
In this video, I'm gonna spend a week straight taking Forex courses, throughout it, reveal my discoveries, and at the end, we'll try day trading Forex with $10,000 to see if all that education helped improve my trading, or at least changed my outlook on the sport.
It doesn't matter your account size. It doesn't matter what you start with. It matters your system, your process, how that process leads to profit. You need knowledge, you need a system, and you should probably try it out on demo first, which Biaheza definitely hasn't done yet. And what we then need to do is, if we can be profitable demo, we probably can be more profitable on real. So I would not start off with real money, but okay.
I've made videos trying Forex in the past, so I have a basic understanding of how it works. Forex is short for the foreign exchange market, which is a market on which you can exchange/trade currencies. And it works in pairs, so you're not just investing into the euro. For example, when you look at a Forex graph, let's use the euro versus US dollar pair. The currency that comes first up here is the one you believe is going to go up against the other one. So if I were to buy into this pair, I would be saying that I believe the euro will increase in value against the US dollar.
But bro, why are you using the 1 minute chart? Is that where all the action happens? Well, it might be a day trader, but the 1 minute might not always be the best.
So if I bought into this pair and it went up, I would make money, and then on the flip side, if I took on a short position, I can make money if it were to go down. Throughout the time I was making videos experimenting with Forex last year, outside of using bots on my own, I believe I lost a total of $5.
That's pretty good for a first-time trader. That is pretty good. I know of people that has lost a lot more than that, and we're talking 6 figures.
I got a paper in the mail for taxes from the main brokerage I used, and according to that, after trading with thousands of dollars, I only lost 5, which I'm surprised by. I thought I lost a lot more, but that's where we are kind of starting from. I'm at a negative/break-even level of Forex day trading. Let's see where we end up after spending a week straight taking courses and learning about Forex. Maybe we'll be onto something.
Good. Start with courses, YouTube, knowledge. I wouldn't say you don't need this, but this is a pretty good one. We also have Word, computerized, you know. You don't need to buy this one. You don't need to.
Okay, day one, first course we're gonna take is this YouTube video right here by Blue.
He hasn't seen my channel yet, Eivindfx. Well, you should probably check it out then, bro.
Trading has 1.5 million views, 41,000 likes, and a whole lot of positive comments. They're not using Lambos and mansions to lure you.
We're not into Lambos either. A Lamborghini doesn't make you a better trader, but knowledge does.
In, so it seems very promising and could potentially be a great way to master the basics. Day one, hour 0, let's get started.
Okay, so the first 45 minutes of this has just been about the history of currency and money. A tad bit excessive, I believe, but I can respect it because you want to know what you're trading, right? Haven't really learned anything new just yet, but this was a nice refresher on the history of money. And this man, I apologize, I forgot his name, but he seems to be a good teacher and seems to know what he's talking about. 45 minutes in and hours
Cheers, Mike. Please subscribe.
to go.
Okay, right after this man covered the history of money, he then applied that to Forex and smoothly segued into Forex terminology and how brokers work, spreads, lot sizes, very valuable, essential information that I have not truly grasped prior to taking this course. He then went on to talk about
Yeah, those are good, very good basics to start out with. Brokers are important things of trading. That comes down to your costs. It comes down to if you will ever get your money back. So really important to do research in that. Probably ask other people what their experiences are, so that you get a balanced view. And there might not be a perfect broker out there, but some brokers are better than others.
the difference between technical and fundamental analysis. Fundamental is basically what's really happening in the world, like politics, interest rates, inflation, and whatnot, whereas technical analysis is just strictly looking at
Fundamental analysis is more than that, but it has to start with central banking policy. It has to start with how the economy is doing. It has to start with micro, how household is doing. Also coming into seasonality, also coming into politics, but politics is further down. Unless Trump is still in office, politics doesn't really matter.
patterns, trend lines, volume, and different kinds of indicators on a currency pair graph. He pretty much solely focused on technical analysis, thoroughly explained support and resistance lines, triangles, and then a few of the main indicators, at which point 4 hours in, the video was cut off and it says I have to pay $10.
Indicators isn't everything. Your brain, your buys, your direction. You will be paid for your analysis, not because of your indicators.
For the full 8.5-hour course. Day 2, I ended up taking the second part of the free
A free course you have to pay $20 for? Doesn't that sound like a bit shady?
YouTube course, although for this part, again, I did have to pay and it was $20. Just got through another 4.5 hours of knowledge. The first free part of this course was a little more basic
Knowledge is king!
in general, but more dense, whereas this was more trading specific. I learned some good info about risk and money management, as well as some trading psychology. I think my biggest mistake in
Start out with risk, start out with trading psychology. That is something that I see every single day that people struggle with. Lot size, where to put your stop loss, how far should you put your stop loss, and basically not risking the whole account. Losing 20% of your account is probably more common than you ever thought. You should just use 1% per trade. Not more than that. You should be very well if your price falls 100 pips. It shouldn't take you out.
the past, I now realize was actually with risk management. I need to let profits ride and cut losses quicker. I've kind of been doing the opposite in the past, where I couldn't help but try and wait out the losing trades, hoping they'd bounce back up, but end up digging myself into a deeper hole. And now that I understand the
Always let your winners run. Keep your stop loss specific at a target, and then if it goes against you, okay, then you move on to the next one. But don't move trade stop losses afterwards, because then we'll just add more and more losses. More loss than 100 pips in a trade is actually quite substantial when you're day trading.
basics much more clearly. Moving forward, the next few days, I'll try to better understand the meaning behind certain indicators and patterns, as well as start looking at more strategy type courses and videos.
I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
On Wednesday, I took 2 courses by the same author. One was 2 hours
You still haven't seen my courses?
and the other 2.5, and each cost a little over $100. Both of them were talking about specific trading strategies, not just general type of information. A lot of this stuff really sounded like astrology to me, and there wasn't much evidence or explanation as to why certain things should supposedly work, but I just kept learning, figured
Keep going, keep going. Everything is astrology, everything is Greek, until you learn it.
we would see if any of this is real once we got into the trading. Thursday morning, had a surgery, got a couple bolts screwed into my foot, and then it was back to Forex, baby.
I respect the hustle, I respect the hustle. If you're in bed, you probably shouldn't be trading. Never trade if your brain is not absolutely screwed on right. You know what that means? Normal. Not on drugs. Not too excited. Not sad. Not crying. You should be trading them.
a little zooted off the anesthesia and somewhat bedridden, so I took it easy with a 4.5-hour course on candlestick patterns and some more price action trading strategy.
We've all seen those videos where people are coming out of hospitals and dental clinics and people are totally drugged. Like, dude, just take a day off. It doesn't matter.
On Friday, the final day, I went over what I felt like were the best parts of the different courses that I took throughout the week, and then I also watched a lot of live trading so that I could see how people apply
Should have come to my live. It's pretty amazing.
these different things that I learned about and just to get some ideas. Which brings us to today, Monday. I was expecting this to be a suffering type of challenge where I have to sit through a bunch of ridiculous flexing type of videos, but by being very selective as to where I got my information from, it's actually been a pretty educational experience. Kind of enjoyed taking these courses and learning something new. But now that we're past this week of training, you already know what time it is. Time for some real live market trading. I loaded up 10 grand into a Forex brokerage last week and he cleared and we're good to go. Now the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, but according to Investopedia.com, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time has the heaviest volume of trading and is therefore
Yeah, the best trading time is actually when you're going in from Asia and coming over to London. That's actually the best time.
best for finding trading opportunities. So tomorrow on Tuesday, hopping into the market at 5 a.m. and we'll do that for the next 3 days to see what happens.
Good morning, bless up.
Okay, just placed my first trade, but if we backtrack just a little bit, the first thing I did today was check forexfactory.com, which is a website where it shows you all of the economic information
You don't need to, but you can.
that's going to be released on a particular day and then what currency it's going to affect. So today was actually a pretty important day for the US dollar since the CPI information was being released.
The most important economic indicator of the month, because that is directly what the Fed and the central banks are looking for. Inflation, number one. So let's see what happens.
There's inflation, and that came out higher than expected. So there was more inflation than they were expecting. And so because of that, the euro and US dollar pair really skyrocketed. So the euro compared to the US dollar really rose in value. I think
So okay, price spiked. Now, did you plan that ahead? That's the difference between a professional trader and a retail trader.
that trajectory can keep on going up for the rest of the day. So I went in with a long position on
You bought a higher high, Biaheza? Come on. That's not a buyer price. That is being too late. Come on. No way. You can't buy a higher high. What kind of courses did you take?
the euro US dollar pair, and then I placed my take profit and stop loss levels at some previous
The stop loss level is where I would actually find my entry. And yeah, your take profit is somewhere up there, but if you're actually going to buy euro, why just not hold it longer?
support and resistance levels. Second trade was strictly technical. I saw this horizontal.
So here we have Australian dollar, US dollar. He has shorted 76.24.8. He has a target of 76.09 and a stop loss at 76.37. Let's go into the charts and see how that looks like. 76.24.8. And he probably has a smaller time frame on this one. And if we look at his chart, as we can see here, he has clearly made a range up and top, so we'll add that too. But here comes the ticker. If you're doing a range trader, okay, if you're a range trader, you want to sell at resistance. This is your resistance level, okay? This is where price has been reacted before. At this time around, no, that is not a resistance. That is just a local high. So what I've done, I would have at least, if I was to range trade, I would at least have it up here. And I would much more likely be targeting down here at 75.97 all the way to the bottom instead of just in between. Another thing we can add to this chart that I really want us to use is pivot points. So if we look at pivot points, if you are to sell, I would actually sell here at the beginning of the day, take my profit. I'm already out as a seller if I am going to be a seller in this kind of market. But if I'm a buyer, this is where I'm supposed to be buying. So Price went in the end higher. Well, that is unfortunate. But Biaheza, you're already too late.
Channel on the Australian US dollar pair, went in with a short position, placed a stop loss at the top of it and a take profit around the bottom. A couple hours later, this trade did hit the stop loss up top and closed in the negative. However, that first trade on the Euro US pair hit the take profit, came out in the green.
There was a Euro USD trade? Oh yeah, the higher high. Okay, let's go through this one. So what it turns out to be right now, it turns out to be a pretty beautiful support and resistance trade. Beautiful. But it was higher high. So added risk. That is what it will say in my brain. It will be like, but bro, why are you taking profit already? Like 1945.6 already? Like, this is going higher. You said it was going to go higher. You're taking profit already? So let's see where you entered. I think it was 1937. So let's see that. Cool. That's pretty spot on. Okay. Oh, you bought at target for the day, bro. This is your entry down here. Like, it says buy zone, buy zone. This is your buy price down here. What are you doing up there? And if you wanted to buy, like, why didn't you just let it go? Like, there was another, well, until the next day as well, almost another 50 pips extra. You could have doubled your account. So you took profit at 1945, I think it was, somewhere around here. Look at all that profit you could have taken. Biaheza, we need to talk. We need to really have a, we need to talk about your trading, because this, you just left a ton of pips on the table.
Pair hit the take profit, came out in the green. So walking away from day one, we were at 1 loss, 1 win, and the dollar amounts are very low. So I'm not going to be focusing on them too much, since what matters is if you're profitable or not.
Let your winners run. Rule number 1.
Or you can always add more money to your trades. Day 2, I went into a trade on the US dollar and Japanese yen pair based.
All right, we have. But why are you buying dollar now? You shorted dollar yesterday, and now we are buying. Like, why are we confused? Just keep it to one direction. Dollar's going to go either up or down. You have to have a direction. Don't go against yourself. Like, why are you confusing me?
An upward trend I was seeing on the 10-minute graph, and then a short.
Having a direction on your trade has saved me a ton of trades. Might be for you too as well.
On the US dollar Canadian pair, the second one.
So now you're shorting dollar again. Okay, that was great from yesterday's, but really, why? Still, okay, this is a good one. I think I actually took them myself too.
Based off the fact that this pair tried to go over a recent resistance level but couldn't, and was now falling back down. And wow, within like.
Boom. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Half an hour, both came out in the green, 2 winning trades for the day. It was a pretty crazy feeling to get both of these right like that, and it was almost instant.
God, it's great.
Okay, day 3 of the live market trading. I just realized I made a small mistake on the last 2 days. I was trying to follow a risk management plan where I don't risk more than 2% of my whole account. I think what one of the courses meant by that was putting stop losses on your trades that ensure you don't lose more than 2% of the entire account on one trade. So in my case with 10 grand, just making sure I don't lose more than $200 on one single trade. I mistook that for not going into any trade with a total of more than $200. No big deal though. Right now I'm in it to track percentages and win-loss ratios. If I can be profitable with a little bit of money, I could probably do the same with more. But anyways, final day, we'll fix that, and let's see if we can find any trade opportunities.
Cheers, mate.
A trade on the British pound and Japanese yen pair. We'll go over that in a second, but first I want to quickly go over my biggest realization in regards to day trading forex.
Okay, I'm ready.
Whether or not my opinion on forex being greasy changed. So the major.
Is it greasy? Let's have some tea.
I realized with forex day trading.
Top secret. But I gotta let the fans know the process.
Nobody actually knows where the price is gonna go with 100% certainty, not even close.
Nobody.
The way you actually make money is by developing a strategy that gives you a slight edge so that you might be right maybe 60% of the time. And
If you just let your winners run, bro, keep them running. Put your stop loss to break even and see where it takes you.
you're right 60% of the time while also having good risk management and position sizing, that's how you can make money. So even if you're a profitable trader, you're gonna have a good amount of losing trades. Now, as far as my opinion on the sport, I still think the Forex space is very greasy. You gotta be so careful with who you listen to. Don't sign up for Forex pyramid schemes. You can trade without them. I don't think it's a good idea to pay someone to trade for you. So many Forex related scams out there.
Sounds like a
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
get rich quick scheme. Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
But after spending some more time educating myself, I do think it may slightly be possible to trade Forex somewhat profitably, but I definitely don't think the profitable traders are driving Lambos trading on the beach from their phone. I think they're cooped up behind their computers.
I will take that photo and I will show you guys how to trade on the beach.
Researching economic fundamentals, politics, studying charts, graphs, backtesting strategies, and lacking vitamin D, or they're working for big institutions. But
Are you saying that I'm pale? You know, yeah, it does take some time. The sun is out there, but it doesn't get in here, you know?
after filtering through all the noise and taking a deep dive, I do have a more positive outlook on Forex coming out of this experiment. I think the big hurdle between me and believing wholeheartedly into Forex is that I've never met or talked to a full-time Forex trader who doesn't supplement that income with a personal brand and makes a majority of their money with that. Very hypocritical.
Whoops. It happened. Market demand. That's what you guys wanted. Sorry.
For me to say that because I have a dropshipping business while also making finance videos, and I'll be the first to admit that at this point per month I have had months where my YouTube and the personal brand side of things made more per month than the dropshipping side. But
Yet to be there. Yet to be there.
I've met tons of people who make a full-time living only dropshipping, people killing it with Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, different forms of real estate, freelancers, social media marketing agencies, wholesaling. Having this YouTube channel has allowed me to meet people from all walks of online business, yet I still have never met
two pretty best friends.
Forex day trader who trades full-time. So I guess this is an open invitation. If you make some solid cheese day trading Forex and can...
Sorry, I don't day trade, so I probably don't fulfill it. But you know, I can.
But I would love to have you on this channel for a quick chat, pick your brain a little, shoot me a DM on Instagram. But anyways, in some...
Should I? I'm not a day trader, but maybe.
Pretty unlikely, I believe it could potentially be possible to trade Forex profitably. And coming out of this experiment, I do have a more positive outlook on it. Now, let's get into the morning trade. Again, this trade was on the British pound Japanese yen pair, and it was based on a support level that I was hoping the pair would just kind of...
On which time frame are you now using, Biaheza? Really? 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever, what is it? I can't really see it, but is it 10 minutes? I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Above, which it didn't, ended up hitting...
Yeah. Do you know why? Because price has already broken this support. It's broken it twice, and this is your warning sign. This is actually your place to sell, because it says, hey, you know what's going to happen now? We're going to fall. So it's already broken the support. It tells you that we might go down, and if it does go down, we are going to break it.
Support level that I was hoping the pair would just kind of bounce off of, which it didn't, ended up hitting the stop loss. So we are ending this video on a red trade. But on a positive note, final results, 3 profitable trades, 2 negative. That's a pretty nice ratio. Not enough trade for this ratio to mean anything concrete, but it is somewhat promising. Either way, hope you guys...
Ratio doesn't matter, bro. Ratio doesn't matter. You know what matters? Letting your winners run.
Go and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.
Peace. So, Biaheza, what is really my takeaway here? First of all, your risk management. You're trying at least. That is great. Another thing that I want you to mention is you need to let your winners run. You maybe want to hold it for a longer time. Yes, you're a day trader, but you need to be able to identify where should you be buying. Buying higher highs on the euro. I'm sorry. Selling too late on Australian dollar. Yeah. Buying broken support on the pound yen. Yeah. So we definitely have something. We definitely have something to work out here. Yes, you didn't start off being an expert, but I definitely think that you have a lot to do. You have a lot to grow on. But if you're out to day trade, I probably would rather put lower lot sizes, lower risk, like 0.5%, and trying to catch a more of a bottom, like maybe around London Open. That would be pretty much better. How do you do that? Well, market orders. By New York Open, the market's already gone. I'm sorry, that kind of happens on the EURUSD. And if you were looking into EURUSD this month, this 1st of April, this is where I said this one should go up. If you held your order, you should be 180 pips in profit now, just not those small ones. So maybe try some longer term trading, some position trading, holding them for a longer time, as well as day trading. You might be seeing even more profits coming in as well.
Enjoy this video and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.
Peace.